Alright guys, our leader, our champion, Jazza, has made a call to arms. He wants us to contribute to the Ultimate Character Design 2. So, I'll be using the UCD2 hashtag in this video, and maybe a few more when I decide to do some more character designs. But this one I think will be the most legitimately interesting creative character design I have ever come up with, as my good friend Nicole has commissioned me to create a piece of art revolving around a cow superhero for her daughter. So you all know what that means. Play that awesome intro. So this character design was quite different from how I normally do character designs. Instead of doing a bunch of roughs or just drawing what I like to draw and then incorporating it into the themes of the character, I simply brought out my sketchbook, and yes, I am using the little sketchbook now, and yes, it is very, very nice, and worth the asking price, by the way. And I decided to do a very simple illustration. A cow with a chainsaw, a torch, and a cape. Plus, I decided to make it into an open farm, exaggerate the smoke, bring out the moon, and give it some mountains. And this was my rough sketch that I then turned into a full-fledged illustration. It took quite a lot of time, but man did it come out good, and man was it worth it. So, say it with me, roll that B footage! And thus began working on this piece, and let me tell you something, this was a very interesting and different piece from what I normally do. You see, I normally draw people and superheroes, so drawing a cow was a very strange request. But I do love how Nicole did this commission. She said that I can do whatever I want with it, as long as it abide by two rules. It had to be a cow, and on top of that, it had to look like something you could only find through me. Something that looks like nothing that's on the shelf. Something you can't walk into a store and buy. And I made it my own, as I normally do. She said I could lean more superhero, horror, angelic, robotic. She said I could do whatever I want with it, and I sat down and through the rough figured out what I wanted to do. A superhero cow, but more on the anti-hero side with a little bit of Ash Williams thrown in because I love me some Evil Dead. So I did the composition, worked it as best as I could, and after I was really happy with my rough, I went in and started penciling my actual finished piece, which came out phenomenal. Doing that detailed rough really helped me solidify everything, and the cow anatomy was actually really fun and simple to break down and cartoonify. I looked at a lot of different references for cow anatomy and saw how they were able to break down into simple shapes. I tried to avoid looking at specific cartoon cows because I didn't want to copy what was already done, just to decide how to render it in my way, and that's what I did, and I really like how it came out. After that, I went with the cape design, went with the cloaks, the torch, and just enjoyed making the composition look super cool. The only issue I had with this illustration was all in the inking, and it was twofold. One, for some reason that I just cannot figure out, and you could probably see me get really frustrated in the B footage, all my 0.3s dried up. Now, I decided to ink the cow with a 0.3. I thought it was pretty good, not too thin, not too small, but for some reason, all of them were instantly dried when it touched the paper. I don't know why. It's so frustrating. And later on, when I start to actually use alcohol markers to ink more of the piece, I do wish I just went with a normal ink wash for the grays, but the alcohol markers did let me get some more tricky areas that I'm a little out of practice with my brushes, so alright, that's fine. But going back, those would be the only two things that I would change or approach differently. The rest of this piece was super fun and enjoyable, but it came out super nice. So enough of me talking, let's finish up this B footage and you can see the piece in all its finished glory. And we're done, guys. I absolutely love how this came out. I think we did a great job transferring the actual look of our sketch into the final piece. Came out really, really nice. I love the improved composition and the added details. Really had a lot of fun making this piece. And in fact, I'm actually going to do something I've never done before. I'm actually going to live sign this super quick. Check this out. Boom. Overall, not only did I love how this piece came out, but Nicole absolutely loves how it looks, and I can't wait to see her daughter's response. It is a piece that I've never done anything like, and I actually would like to revisit this idea because it was just really fun and enjoyable to do. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you also want to see more character designs from me or just general art stuff, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and you can also comment what you think of the piece, areas you think I could have improved on or done better, or areas you just like on. I'd love to hear feedback of both types from you guys. And on top of that, stay tuned for more art-based content. I have a lot of fun stuff we'll be doing, especially some more inking stuff. You guys know I love my inks. And also, if you guys haven't, which I'd be surprised if you haven't, but if you guys have not checked out Jazza, go ahead and do that. Link in the description. He's my favorite art YouTuber, and this is a direct response to his character design stuff. So go check that out and what other people are making. With all that said, I'm J.A.M.B.E.R of BATTLEBrawlerproductions, and I draw with power in my own soul.